The ectomorph, built for heat, distance, and relentless motion. Ectomorphs often get dismissed as too thin or too small, but that kind of modern-day judgment completely overlooks what this body was actually designed to do. This build wasn't shaped for appearance, it was shaped for survival. The long limbs, lean frame, and quick heat release weren't weaknesses. They were strategic advantages that kept entire bloodlines alive in some of the harshest environments humans ever faced. What looks delicate today was once one of the most reliable and enduring tools a human body could have. Ectomorphs are built for distance, efficiency, and relentless movement. Their higher surface area to mass ratio allows heat to escape quickly, which gave early humans with this build the ability to travel long distances without overheating. This mattered because many ancient communities relied on persistence hunting, a slow, steady chase where the goal wasn't to outrun the animal, but to simply outlast it. Animals overheated. Ectomorphs didn't. They could track prey across miles of open land under intense heat, providing food when speed or brute strength alone wouldn't cut it. In the modern world, ectomorphs may struggle to add weight or muscle, but the deeper advantage hasn't gone anywhere. Their bodies recover faster, handle high temperatures better than most, and maintain stamina long after others lose momentum. They excel in endurance-based activities because their physiology is literally optimized for sustained movement. It's not loud or flashy, but it's powerful. A design built to keep moving, keep going, and endure long after everything else is worn down. The mesomorph, the fast responder, engineered for power and precision. Mesomorphs are the people who seem strong without trying. But that natural strength didn't appear by accident. This body type was shaped by generations who needed muscle that could react quickly and recover even faster. Broad shoulders, balanced proportions, and the ability to build muscle with minimal effort weren't cosmetic bonuses. They were survival tools. When early human groups needed someone who could act immediately, lift heavy loads, or protect the tribe, mesomorphic bodies were the ones stepping forward. This build is defined by a naturally high ratio of fast-twitch muscle fibers, the kind that fire with explosive force. In ancient environments, that meant being able to sprint, climb, wrestle, or defend with almost no warning. It gave early mesomorphs a unique advantage. They didn't just have strength, they had responsive strength. Tasks like taking down large game, hauling supplies, or reacting to sudden danger all fell squarely into their hands because their bodies could transition from calm to powerful in an instant. Modern mesomorphs experience this in the way they respond to training. Their bodies build muscle quickly, recover efficiently, and adapt faster than most to physical stress. While they do have to watch for burnout, because their systems react strongly to both good and bad input, their foundational advantage remains clear. This is a body built for physical problem solving, fast reaction, and the kind of strength that shows up right when it's needed the most. It's a design rooted in action, instinct, and sheer capability. The endomorph, the energy keeper, built for scarcity and survival. Endomorphs are often misunderstood in today's world, but historically, this body type was one of the most valuable assets a community could have. A naturally higher body fat percentage, a slower metabolism, and a sturdier frame weren't liabilities, they were survival insurance. When food was unpredictable, seasons were harsh, or migration stretched on for months, endomorphic bodies kept going long after others ran out of resources. This build was shaped by generations who faced real scarcity, and their physiology reflects that history in every way. Endomorphs excel at storing energy efficiently and using it gradually, which meant they could survive long periods of famine or environmental hardship. Genetic variants linked to fat storage and metabolic conservation, such as those found in Pacific Islander and northern populations, were essential in environments where meals were not guaranteed. These bodies didn't burn through energy quickly or wastefully. Instead, they maintained steady strength, insulation, and endurance even during lean times, which made them incredibly reliable in the roles that required longevity rather than speed. In the modern world, with constant food availability and sedentary lifestyles, the very traits that once protected survival can feel out of place. But the deep advantage is still there. Endomorphs have natural durability, exceptional energy reserves, and a physiology built to handle long-term stress with stability. Their bodies aren't designed for rapid shifts or explosive output. They're built for consistency, resilience, and weathering the long storms. This is the quiet, powerful build that kept families alive through winters, shortages, and long migrations. It's not flashy, but it's one of the strongest survival designs humans ever developed. The compact build, the dense, efficient powerhouse. Compact builds are often shorter in limb length, thicker in structure, and naturally strong in ways that surprise people. Their bodies are mechanically efficient. Every inch contributes to strength instead of drag. This is the survival build designed for rugged landscapes, cold climates, and demanding physical labor. Shorter limbs reduce heat loss and allow tighter leverage, which made compact individuals essential in ancient communities. They carried stones, harvested wood, hauled supplies, maintained shelters, and performed the heavy lifting that kept groups alive. Their power-to-weight ratio is one of the best across all body types, making them pound for pound stronger than most. Biomechanically, compact bodies generate force more efficiently. Their structure minimizes torque and instability, giving them natural advantages in lifting, wrestling, and tasks requiring grounded stability. In many ways, they were the human equivalent of a reliable workhorse. Durable, strong, consistent. The only real drawback? Reduced reach. But survival wasn't about reach. It was about who could carry the load, keep the firewood coming, build the shelter before the storm hit, and withstand freezing temperatures. The compact build remains one of the most functional, utilitarian designs evolution ever produced. Built not for show, but for real-world survival. The tall, lanky build, the sentinel of early human groups. Tall, lanky bodies. Long limbs, narrow frames, and elevated centers of gravity served a specific survival function: see danger before it arrived. In open environments like grasslands and savannas, taller individuals were natural lookouts. Their height gave them visual range others couldn't match. These bodies also cover more ground with each stride, meaning they could travel faster with less effort. In early human societies, they moved ahead of the group, scouted terrain, monitored herd migration, and spotted predators before anyone else could. Their reach and leg length also made them exceptional climbers and jumpers, valuable for retrieving food, scanning the surroundings, or escaping sudden threats. Tall builds lose heat faster. A disadvantage in cold climates, but a major advantage in warm areas where overheating killed many. This made tall, slender frames especially common in equatorial populations. Modern life sees height as an aesthetic trait, but historically, it was strategic. Someone had to be able to see far, move fast, and serve as the early warning system. The tall build wasn't just noticed, it was necessary. The small frame, the agile, quiet survivalist. Small-framed individuals, light, compact, and resource-efficient, were perfectly adapted to environments where agility and stealth mattered more than strength or size. In dense forests, rocky terrain, and tight shelters, this build thrived. Smaller bodies consume fewer calories, which drastically improved survival during famine or in regions where food was limited or scattered. Their light footing made it easier to move quietly, climb quickly, and navigate spaces larger individuals simply couldn't access. Anthropological evidence from Southeast Asia, Central America, and high-altitude regions shows that smaller frames were ideal for environments where heat was high, oxygen was limited, or resources were unpredictable. These individuals could conserve energy while staying active, an unbeatable combination in harsh conditions. In a modern world of convenience and abundance, people often misunderstand this body type. But from a survival standpoint, the small frame is one of the smartest designs nature ever produced. Efficient, adaptable, fast, and quiet. They weren't built to dominate by force. They were built to endure by strategy. The pear-shaped build, the steady, lower body power base. Pear-shaped bodies concentrate strength in the hips, thighs, and glutes, the human engine room. These builds were the movers, carriers, and gatherers of early societies. Their lower body dominance made them stable on uneven terrain and capable of transporting supplies long distances without injury. From a biological perspective, lower body fat storage is linked to reproductive protection, hormonal balance, and long-term survival. Gluteofemoral fat, the fat stored around hips and thighs, is associated with healthier long-term metabolic outcomes, especially for women, which means this build wasn't just useful, it was protective. These bodies excelled in tasks requiring steady, sustained effort. Foraging, climbing hills, carrying water, walking long distances, and stabilizing loads. Where upper body dominated builds often fatigued, pear-shaped builds could keep moving with quiet, reliable strength. In modern life, people misjudge this body type because it doesn't scream athlete. But lower body strength is the most functional strength the human body has. These physiques have endurance baked into their bones, literally. The apple upper body build. The protector, the power shield, apple-shaped or upper body dominant builds carry their strength in the chest, shoulders, arms, and core. The machinery that protects, lifts, climbs, and pulls. This was the survival build responsible for shielding the group, wrestling threats, hauling heavy objects, and climbing to escape danger or retrieve food. A thicker torso isn't just mass, it's protection. Vital organs are cushioned, the spine is stabilized. When life required raw physical force, these bodies stepped forward. Anthropological comparisons show that groups exposed to heavy labor, tree climbing, hunting large animals, and physical confrontation developed stronger upper bodies and denser bone structures. Today, this build sometimes faces challenges with modern diets and sedentary lifestyles, but the core survival advantages remain untouched. Explosive upper body strength, rapid force production, and the ability to absorb physical stress. Every body type we've covered carries the fingerprints of survival. Your shape isn't random, it's inherited. It's the result of thousands of years of battles your ancestors won. What you see in the mirror isn't a flaw, it's a story. A story of endurance, strength, resilience, visibility, agility, protection, or power. Whatever your build is, it exists because it kept someone alive. And now, that someone is you. And the truth is simple. Every body type we've talked about carries the survival strategies your ancestors relied on. Your build isn't random, and it certainly isn't a flaw. It's living proof that someone before you endured something difficult, adapted to it, and passed that victory straight down the line to you. If you enjoy learning why your body works the way it does, and why humans are built so differently, go ahead and subscribe. It helps the channel grow, and it makes it easier for me to keep creating videos that explain the hidden things most people never stop to think about.